Well, I'm just so thrilled this afternoon because I'm with Frida Davis, and there are umpteen things that we could actually discuss, as I've just been realising actually as she's told me a little bit about her life. But we've decided that we're going to talk about bridge. And if one of her friends, actually, who shall remain nameless, when I said, well, who could I possibly ask to talk about the game of bridge, because a group had been talking about it, and they said, oh, Frida, have a chat to Frida. So, Frida, thank you so much for letting me come and sort of chat to you a bit. So, just give us a story about your involvement with bridge and how you first got involved.
Well, I have a friend who wanted to learn, and she came to me one day in September 1996 it was, and said, I want to go to classes at the college, will you come with me? Well, after a bit of a while, and because I'd wanted to learn and had an opportunity earlier on, which I hadn't taken on board, I said yes, I would go. So we started going in September 1996 to the college.
Wow.
We met at various places. It wasn't ever in the college in Deansway. Sometimes it was in a place in Santon Walk and different places, and sometimes at the teacher's home. I'll think of her name in a minute. But anyway, she was very good, very patient, and I have made friends from that time, and we went along. I loved it, and I was hooked from the minute that I started to learn. Absolutely hooked. It becomes like a drug in your system. And because I was numerous and because figures always spoke to me, I started to play and went to classes for the next 3 years. The third year was me voluntarily going along to the teacher's house and to widen my knowledge of it. And at that time I was asked to join a club which I still belong to on a Monday evening at the Sacred Heart at Droitwich, which I go along to play. And the girl that asked me then was very involved in that, and she took me to, or I asked her to come with me to a bridge drive that the County WI Worcestershire Federation were organising, and she did. And as soon as I went and I could play with other people and not be afraid of it, I thought, I could do this in Hallow.
Oh, okay.
And that's how it started. Now this is in, it was 1999, because we had our 20th birthday last July. And I organised a bridge drive at Hallow with a light lunch. I really, in retrospect, don't know how I was given that courage. Divine intervention, I think, because my knowledge of bridge, I'm still not a good player. I still have so much to learn. But I started it. Well, we only had about 4 tables. I didn't do it in August, but in the September, and we started from then every single month until COVID.
Wow.
Playing bridge, and that's raised something like 90-odd thousand pounds.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yes, having started in a very small way and having the support of friends in the church. Pat Clegg was the first one who took over the kitchen for me, and because I had to play or direct the play. And it went on from there with a period of time in that with Viv and Karen taking over the kitchen, and now, and in recent years, Ruth with the help of Sue Lester.
Right.
It's been an incredible experience. The money has ceased to matter.
Yeah.
It's the joy and friendship, and it's the joy of seeing other people's pleasure.
Yeah. So what's the actual aim of the game? What if you could sum up the aim of bridge? What's...
Do you know how to play whist?
No.
Oh. Well, whist. It's a game for 4 people. You have your partners,
right,
and you play, and a suit will say it goes with clubs, diamonds, hearts and spades. And you play with clubs being the, brain's gone off duty. Oh, how stupid. But anyway, you play this card game and you have to get as many tricks as you can.
Okay.
Now, with 52 cards in the pack, that means there's only 13 tricks.
Right.
Because there's 4 cards in every trick. Everybody plays it.
Okay.
And depending on what the trumps are, which is clubs with the first one,
Yeah.
you play and you just follow suit. You have to be very canny that you don't let people in and things like that. It keeps your brain very...
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With bridge, you don't have, you don't say what trumps are. You look at your hand and you take it in turns, and you look at your hand and you call and you make a contract with your partner.
Right. Oh,
So
okay.
if I've got a good hand and hearts, I've got to have a certain number of points, minimum of 12 points. And if I've got a length in hearts and I've got those 12 points, I will say 1 heart.
Right. Okay.
And
right.
they
right.
either I'd bid, but you play it like that. So you make a contract with your partner.
Okay. So what's the thing that that you enjoy? Because you obviously enjoy it. You're very enthusiastic about it. But what's the main thing, would you say, that you get out of it?
The main thing is keeping your brain tested all the time.
Okay.
It's working. It's worth it for people like who do crosswords and things like that.
Yeah.
It's pitting your wits against against the opponents, which I haven't been. When I get tired, I'm useless. But it's pitting your wits against it, and the companionship one gets from.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I belong to 4 clubs. And so I've met a lot of people.
Yeah. 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 You're obviously a great planner and someone who knows how to organise things. We were chatting earlier about your work with the Women's Institute and Sunday school. How many years were you in the Sunday school, do you say?
I did 24 years at Hallow,
Wow.
but I did 7 at Holt.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
But it was children's church, and Wilfred Reynolds was the sort of man who moved with the times. He was a very quiet man, a very gentle man. But when Sandra was 2.5, I decided to take her to Sunday school, which was a children's church in the afternoon. When I went there, it was called children's church, and it was like a mini evensong.
Right.
Well, although I'd been teaching at Holt and Grimley, and had been trained with them, that was telling the children stories.
Yeah.
And doing expression work. So I asked Canon Reynolds, I said, can I take, when you're having your sermon, can I take the children out into the tower room, the little ones, and tell them a story?
Wow.
Well, I was hooked from that minute on.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And,
yes,
in 1965, he changed all the services around. We had 2 children's churches at that time. And it started with the children's church with the little ones up till 5, going in the morning at 9:30, and then he had morning prayer at 11 o'clock.
Wow. Wow.
Then he changed again later on, and it became that the communion service was at 9:30 and children's church at 11 o'clock. And when he retired in 1979, there were 107 children on the books.
Oh, I say. Wow. That's amazing.
It is.
And I mean, alongside this is all the catering that you've done for large numbers of people regularly and mobilising teams of people to help you with all that. I just think it's amazing.
Well, yes, but I don't forget, I've got a tremendous amount of pleasure out of it.
Yeah.
Because I am an organiser, I can't be anything different. I don't ever boss anyone around.
Yeah.
I just start to say, well, this is what we're doing, I'd like it like this.
Yeah.
Because I've already worked it out.
Yes.
And no one has ever minded.
Yeah. And even as I come through the door just now into your beautiful home, there's a box of food by the door. And what did you tell me you're doing with that?
I've been very pleased to be asked to do some meals for the homeless.
Wow.
I did volunteer at the start of the epidemic, and no one has asked me until this week, and I was thrilled to bits all at once. I felt as if I was alive again.
Oh, but Frida, can I just thank you, because it's that life that you feel that's quite contagious, and I'm not surprised actually that people are really happy to jump on board with whatever you undertake to organise. It's great, and thanks very much for having a chat, Frida. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.